Alright, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we got the 6-hour war 1940 German invasion of Denmark. This is from History Matters and they make amazing videos, so really looking forward for this one. Before we do get into this, a lot of my videos, especially from like Cursor stuff, are being blocked from uploading to YouTube. If you guys do want to watch those videos, there's some pretty good videos. I will be uploading them to my Patreon, which is linked down below in the description. Right, 6-hour war, Germany invading Denmark. Let's get him up.
1940 in Denmark is getting a little bit nervous about its southern neighbour.
Honestly, I've never actually heard of like the 6-hour war or even heard of like Germany's invasion on Denmark.
There was good reason for this, since Germany had just conquered Poland and was at war with Britain and France. Germany was importing resources and materials from Sweden, and so both sides had an interest in controlling the neutral nations of Denmark and Norway.
Did Germany want every country at this point?
Controlled them to determine how much of the region's resources Germany would get. Germany thus decided to strike first with Operation Visa,
of course,
planned to conquer both Denmark and Norway in one fell swoop. Denmark had, for the most part, seen German aggression coming. Since 1937, it had been building up its...
Hey, I think everyone that was near Germany, in fact, even near, bro, I think every single country was fearing Germany's invasion at this point.
Capability to deter aggression. In 1940, the Danish army stood at about 14,000 soldiers strong, but after the outbreak of the Second World War, they were ordered away from the border. This was to prevent Germany from using the excuse of a border skirmish as a justification for war, such as they had done with Poland. This, of course, didn't stop the Germans, since Hitler wanted Denmark. At 3:15 in the morning on April the 9th, the Germans landed Marines at Gedser to cut telephone lines. About an hour later, German troops sailed into Copenhagen and met no resistance, and about an hour after that, the main German assault into Denmark began. Since the Danish troops weren't at the border, they weren't able to get optimal defensive positions against the Germans, but that didn't stop them from fighting back. The German troops that had landed in Copenhagen simply walked up to the army headquarters and secured it without any resistance. Having received such a peaceful reception, they moved on to the Danish king Christian X.
What the fuck?
Here, the king's lifeguard gave the Germans a slightly shootier welcome. Hitler ordered bombers to fly over Copenhagen but not to bomb it, to remind the Danes that Germany could flatten the capital if it so wanted to. On Jutland, the defenders resisted bravely, but to be blunt about it, they weren't going to be able to resist.
Mate, they just basically bro, the Germans, Hitler may as well just send them a letter saying, I'm planning on invading you, just want to hand over, you know, can we just, you know, scrap the hassle and just let me have it? They may as well have done that.
Wehrmacht for any significant length of time. Not that the soldiers had much of a chance to try anyway. The reason was that King Christian had surrendered Denmark to the Germans at 8:34, although the orders didn't reach some of the troops fighting in Jutland for another 15 minutes. And that was it. Denmark had fallen to the German Reich in a little under 6 hours, one of the quickest conquests in human history. So the Danish surrender was done so in return for their maintaining control over their domestic policies, which Hitler allowed. The surrender, which occurred with Germany and Denmark suffering very few casualties, meant that the Germans weren't as harsh on the Danish as they maybe would have been. In fact, the German government used the speed of the war to argue that Denmark wasn't being occupied but simply being protected from Britain. Denmark would remain occupied until 1945, but the story of that occupation is one for another video. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
That was actually a really interesting video. I really enjoyed that one. History Matters, they make amazing videos. Hope that you guys did enjoy them too. If you guys got any videos you want to recommend for me to watch, link them down in the comment section below. Hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.